to stage. That helps. There we go. Welcome, everyone, to another live stream on what do we have? We have here on Instagram. Uh-oh. Now we have streams. That's not going to work. Okay, let me see. Maybe that helps. Okay. Can you still hear me? Let me give me a thumbs up if you can still hear me. I was getting some feedback from the other channel. So all you helpful people on YouTube, if you can give me a thumbs up that you can hear me. Hello from Colorado. Hey, Sabrina and Ava. And if I can get all of you to be so kind to let me know where you're calling in from or viewing from. We've got two streams, Instagram and YouTube. So I'm going to entertain some questions tonight. Can you hear me? Great. And let's see if Instagram can also hear me. Oh, it says we're live. We did already. Okay, there. Okay, well, I guess we'll catch up. Yes, welcome on Instagram. So if you could give me a thumbs up that you can hear us there as well. Really helpful. And joined. Okay, people are showing up on Instagram. Great. If you can give me a thumbs up on Instagram that you can hear me there. Nice to have all of you joining. It's delayed there, so that it might take them a minute. I'll come back and check. Okay, let's see. We have a full house here. Wow, look at all this. Okay, great. We have Colorado and Toronto and Massachusetts, Central Valley. I guess that means the California Central Valley, New Jersey, and Florida, and Utah, and Oahu. Excellent. We've got some great things planned for you tonight, and Australia is over here in Instagram. Thank you for sharing. And Florida. What else do we have over here? Well, tonight I have something interesting that I thought I would share with all of you. As you know or know by now, that my channel my main channel on Tiptoe was canceled. And so it was restored and then it's deleted again. And so I'm tired of tiptoeing around there. So I thought, hell, we're just going to go live and they can't stop us. So I wanted to give a collective reading. And some of you may have been wondering, like, well, what did they cancel me over? I did a reading on Vision 20 and Mind Valley. And apparently they didn't like what I said. So you can find it on Instagram. All you Instagram people will know what I'm talking about. At least know the video that I'm referring to. But you can find it on Instagram. We're going to be doing less readings on these platforms. Maybe I could do it live, but I'm going to do less readings for all these famous people because it seems to be causing some trouble. I'm not going to do that. I need to stay live, so they can't unalive me. Is that the new term? All right. So today, what I wanted to talk about the collective energy on the planet and give a reading. And so I'm going to be treating the collective as though it's a singular person. Because collective means that you're all kind of the hive mind. And if you have this matched frequency, you're going to have similar life experiences or feeling a lot of the same way. And so as I give you this reading, and we may do a little bit of clearing on this collective, not so much on individual people, although I'm happy to answer your questions and let you know different things that I might see or that you might have a question about. So you can start posting questions. They kind of will be taken in the order they are discovered here in this platform. So As far as the collective goes, so one thing that I have noticed is they have no grounding cord. So if you've read my book, Access Your Ultimate Power, the Blueprint to Intelligence, that's the French version, you'll know that in this book, it outlines an entire system that I use. And if you've read the book or you have the book, it's a little easier to follow along. Then you know what I'm referring to when I say the circle of reciprocity, or at certain layers, or how many rings, and so you'll know what I'm talking about. And then you have to do less reading. So right now, the collective, if we were to treat the collective as a person, it doesn't even have a grounding cord. So we are going to give this collective energy a grounding cord. And one of the other things that I noticed is this phenomenon that's happening on the planet as far as the dark energies that are controlling humanity. I refer to it as ancient interference, or AI, but my version is ancient interference. And so this ancient interference is now using cords to plug into people and interfere with their energy field. And they're doing this with five at a time. And I kind of see it like a hand. And so these five cords are right at the root chakra. And with these cords, there's often a looping mechanism. What does that mean? This looping mechanism will reinstall cords if they get disconnected every 5 hours. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, every 5 hours. It's not always the same, but in this case, it's every 5 hours. And these cords at the root are designed, one, to make it really hard for you to get grounded, and two, it makes you hold a lot of fear in your field. And of course, fear, there's a million faces to fear, but it shows up as being tired, unmotivated. It's hard to take that next step. You procrastinate, feeling kind of stuck. So those are all the faces of fear. And the bottom line is we're not stepping into our next level. We're not taking the steps we need to continue to progress, evolve, etc. We end up just feeling stuck. So in this root chakra, the background music, is it still, I think we did we not? Is there still background music? Sorry, I got distracted by that. I don't want background music still happening. So let me know if it's still there. And okay, so back to the collective. It is still there. Okay, well, let me just be about something. Have I turned it off? Down and then pause. Okay. Hopefully that helped. Thanks for letting me know. I'm so sorry about that. And okay, well, sometimes this connection is not the best, and we've got pretty much everything turned off. Hang on one second. Let me just make sure that's off. I think that's about as good as it's going to get. So thank you. Okay. So back to the collective. So this collective, with all this fear in your energy field at the root chakra, it's going to be hard to take those steps that are going to move you forward. So for those of you that know my system, you can imagine a person out in front of you. I like to use the anatomy book like this. So just imagine a person, and that person is going to represent, we're going to have it represent collective energy. And so we're going to give this person, the collective, a grounding cord. And so we can all help with that. And as we're all doing this together, we're all helping each other. So imagine that grounding cord on that avatar, and we're just going to send it all the way down to the center of the planet. So we're not only helping all of us here on the platform, but we're also helping the greater collective on the planet. who is not grounded, and they have all these control energies. So we can also remove those 5 cords out of the root chakra, just, pull all those back, intending to send that back to wherever it came from. And the looping mechanism that reinstalls it every 5 hours is in the 6th chakra of this avatar, so right behind the forehead. We're gonna go to the middle of the head of this avatar, and we're just gonna dissolve, transmute, use your gifts. You all have gifts, that's why you're here, and use it to transmute these reinstalling looping mechanisms that are in the 6th chakra. And we're just gonna transmute that. And then when we do that, it releases curses. So now we're gonna go to the 6th chakra, where it just released 50 curses um, that are designed to keep you in more fear. So those are the fearful thoughts, the thoughts that stop you. I can't do this, or this won't work, or I don't know how, and those kinds of things. So we're clearing the looping mechanism in the 6th chakra of this avatar. Okay, spells, curses, cool. Okay, great. Well, the thing I noticed about the collective is so it had no grounding cord. It only had 2 rings above our head, or above the head of this collective avatar. So the rings are how we our reality. If you only have 2 rings, that's a clear sign being controlled by this dark AI energy. So you can, let's see if this is another cord. They're not chords, it's just this AI interference right above that second ring. So when all of you are doing this collectively, we are all dissolving this interference at the crown. It's keeping that crown pressed. And as we're doing this for the collective, the thing that we find, because usually we don't work on other people without their permission, but we are working on a collective field. And so either people can respond and benefit or not. They're still at free choice and have free will to do what they choose with their life. But this is overall going to help those who want to be helped. Let's just make it easier. So let's see how many rings 10, 20, 30. So now there's 50 rings. Let's keep going. There's and some more interference in these rings above the crown, right out at the 50th ring. There's about 5 curses. So illuminate that ring, like around the 50th ring above the head of this avatar. We're going to entertain some questions in a minute, but I wanted to do this first. Great. So now there's infinite rings. Awesome. And so now pure source can come the rings 7, 6, 5, 4. So right at that heart chakra, where before I got on this call, the heart was completely closed. Now it's 15% open, but let's open it all the way. When the collective is operating without any heart, it's hard to have compassion for each other. It's hard to have much feelings for each other. Yeah, there's just even taking care of yourself, having self-care is a lot harder when our heart's closed. So we're going to go to the root chakra of this avatar, and we're going to clear more of that fear, the fear that makes it maybe a little scary or feel vulnerable to open that heart chakra and access all of our infinite knowing and intelligence. So we're just going to clear that energy at the root chakra. Okay, and then we're going to, so now the heart is grounded. Great. So this is of the avatar. So now as pure source is coming down the backside, great, up the front, excellent aura. Let's clear the 3rd layer of the aura so that we don't feel so powerless. There we go. Okay, rest of the aura is clear. And then right arm and the circle of reciprocity, we start at the heart. come out the right arm in the left. Okay, that's great. So you guys are ready to receive. And spells, curses, chords. There's still some chords, 5, right at that heart chakra, front, uh, and back. So it's kind of like hands on front and back of the heart chakra, kind of keeping it a little compressed and hard to access. I'm going to take off these 5 chords, front and back of the heart. And then the heart is going to feel a little calmer, a little safer to access all that information. It didn't have a loop. And okay, so there you go. There, that's good. All right. I think those were the main things I wanted to check with spells. Yeah, with the collective. All right. So now I'm so happy to entertain all of your questions. So let's see what we've got going on tonight. So we won't do any individual clearings, but I'm happy to tell you what's going on with you. Yes, the collective is all humans on the planet. Thank you. I did turn off the music. Wondering if I'm back in my body more than 3% tonight. All right, bro. Let's see how you did because you were here last week asking. Yes, great job. Back in your body, 100%. Well done. All right. Okay. Okay, got all the music issues taken care of. Is the collective people that follow you or all humans? So, yeah, I did answer that. It's just all humans in general. Yeah. And let's see what else we got. Okay, let's go over here to last week you mentioned I had 5 dead people attached. Do you still see them? Okay, QG, you have, yes, you still do have 5 people. Uh, I think, hmm, is it in the last chapter of this book? I can't even remember what I have in my book, to be honest with you. It seems as though there is a part in here, but I do know that I've done videos on this before, clearing dead people. So you might check out some YouTube and or my YouTube channel and see if you can. I'll tell you where they are so that you can take them out. But then you'll also need they're in your root chakra. So you take them out like cords, like energy cords, you set them outside your aura, but then you're gonna need to clear there's 50 in your home, and you have, 5 portals where they kinda come and go. So that needs to be taken care of too. Sorry, hang on. Um, check on the dizzy, rocky, swaying eye issues that you're having. Grace, okay. Um Rocking swing. I don't know that's a bad thing. I do it a lot. So, I think it's the energy moving, and I don't see it as a really a bad thing. But having eye issues, I just did a video on the eyes and, all the different areas that you can check. So, your left eye is, at 50% and your right eye also at 50%. The issue is um it's in your optic nerve, which is only about 15%. So that's really where you need to do the clearing is in your, optic nerve. How do you overcome fear of speaking on camera? Well, here's one way. This is how I got over it. I was, given a challenge, many years ago to do 1 video a day live, so there's no preparation. Um, do, 1 video a day for an entire month and talk for 1 or 2 minutes. It doesn't really have to be anything big or long. You might have a topic that you wanna talk about, or maybe you don't. You just come on and just ramble and feel like a fool, and you get all those feelings out of the way, like, "Oh my god, what are people gonna think of me? I might forget what to say." And so when you make this decision, all of your fears are going to come up. So, the fear of speaking, the fear of forgetting what you're gonna talk about, the fear of, um, how you look or, whatever. All those fears came up for me. One day I forgot my makeup, and another day I up without makeup. That was horrifying for me the first time I did it, and, so you get over this stuff because really nobody cares, right? Nobody cares, and, so the bottom line is, that you just have to make a decision to do it. I did this simultaneously along with another, uh, program. Okay, no, here's 2 other things I did, sorry. Okay, so there's that. Other thing I did this for a year. I joined a speaking circle group, and Toastmasters. So Toastmasters is more masculine organized. It's an organization, and they give you a booklet, and you do all these. They give you an outline, and you have to go up and speak about whatever you're going to speak about without any notes. And they keep track of your ums and your ahs and all of that. And everybody, they'll give you critique you as well. So I did that for a year, and I went through that entire booklet in a year, so I did 10 projects in that year. And along with that, I did with another group these speaking circles, and this is much more feminine. It's a feminine approach where, the person who ran the group, they are videotaping you. This is in someone's private home, so it's more intimate. There's maybe only 10, 12 people, and, so it's much smaller, even less, it could even be better. And so everybody's given a 7-minute opportunity to talk and a 3-minute opportunity. And so the difference between Toastmasters, where you come prepared, you know what you're gonna say, you might have it memorized or an outline. At the speaking circle, you have 0 to say, you have nothing to say. The whole point of this is to stand in front of this group of people and you lock eyes with one person and you just talk what or not, you just stare at the person, you let all those feelings come up. It's actually quite amazing, and it was so powerful where you're locking eyes with someone and you just let all that stuff emerge, and you only speak if something emerges, like, spontaneously, like, "Oh god, my heart's pounding, I'm sweating, I look" whatever, or whatever happened that day or whatever you wanna talk about. So you do that for 7 minutes, and then, you do a 3-minute version. Those 2 things combined, Toastmasters and speaking circles, were so powerful. I did that for a year, and that really, really helped immensely. So that was a very long answer to your question, but that's one of the ways I got over public speaking. Okay, what's a way to keep, AI cleared out as it seems not quite often? Yeah. You now that I know who's talking is okay, you have to just keep checking. You have to keep checking um and asking. So if you know how to get your internal yes or no, you can ask, is this AI or is this a person? And, either way, clear it out. So I think, you have enough, experience now, Alex, that you can, figure out these things. Okay, I'm curious about the Trump administration, if they're still being controlled, and if there's any good in the administration. I'm glad you asked because, that I did report that they had been taken over, they had all lost their grounding cords, no heart chakra, etcetera, and that only lasted for a couple days, 2 or 3 days, and now they are back. They're grounded, they have infinite rings, heart open, and, I believe and have, not that I'm political, I don't vote, you guys know that, but I do believe that this administration is going to start changing everything for the good. I mean, the level of, um, exposure of the corruption in our government that they're uncovering is absolutely amazing and a blessing. Of course, he's accomplished more in 3 weeks than that, previous administration did in 4 years. So, I'm excited to see what is gonna continue unfolding, and I'm quite optimistic about all of that. I keep wondering, when are they gonna be talking about chemtrails? That's my curiosity. All right, I've jumped over to Instagram for a second just to see in the, chat if you guys still have some, uh, questions. Will O'Reilly see his brothers soon? I don't know who that means. Maybe you guys are chatting with each other. You like the dead people around you. Um, all right. Okay. Toastmasters is a great organization. Yes, it is. Why are people so worried? Um, okay. Loving your book. Thank Cosmic. Thank you. Thanks, Cosmic. And then let's see what other questions you guys have. It's a lot. Yes. My right ear is not okay. Cords, let's see, your right ear. Yes, so there is a cord in there that is AI. Pull it out, send it back. Daniel, I have had a couple of experiences with marijuana that caused panic attacks and drug-induced psychosis. I am wondering why I had these adverse reactions uh, to weed. I no longer smoke and plan to avoid it. Well, I don't necessarily think that was an adverse reaction. What it was an amplification of what is already in your energy. So as I measure the fear, right now it's at 50%, some, mostly in your root chakra. So you don't have a grounding cord, Daniel. So put a grounding cord on, and uh, if you smoke cannabis, you don't have a grounding cord and you've got a lot of fear in your space, it's just gonna amplify everything and there's nowhere for it to go, and that will feel like panic. When now all of a sudden you're aware of all the fear in your space, and then you start to feel the fear, that's panic, yeah. So, my suggestion is to, journey with a guide, journey with someone who's, has a little more experience, uh, and yeah, that that can help you navigate through through a journey again. Maybe, and of course, not all cannabis is created equal, so my suggestion is to try a, sativa, which is much more creative, and opposed to the indica, which I think of couch. So it's very, uh, it's great for helping you go to sleep, and but it can make you kind of pull you down. So my suggestion is maybe try it again with fun that navigate and try a sativa. Great, Sabrina. Could you please check my eyes as well? Very red, especially the left eye. So let's see. Yes, your left eye has a cord, an AI cord in there as well. Good, take it out. Belinda, how do you see or do you see the attachments on me? Am I grounded 100%? Thank you for sharing. Let's see. Belinda's grounded. You're grounded. You did a great job. And all the parts are grounded. And cords, yes, you do have those 5 AI cords. Yours are at the crown, so it's kinda like a hand. I can't see those 5 cords like a hand right on the crown, so just pull them off, send it back. Does it have a loop? That's the most important thing. Um, yes, there's 5 reinstalling loops in the root chakra. You can see it's not always the same everywhere for everyone. So in this case, you'll need to transmute those reinstalling loops in your root chakra, and then, verses 50 that are also, getting activated in your root chakra, and they're designed to keep you in fear, the 10 faces of fear. Alright, let's see what Grace has to say. Rocking, swaying, and internal feeling sensation, kind of like motion sickness, like I'm floating. I'm impacted by daily functions, and it seems was related to eye misalignment and dysfunction. Um, well, you are grounded, Grace, and your energy field actually is running pretty darn well. Uh, so that I um, might need a little help, but you also have some interference in your spine, like right at the very top of your spine where the neck and the cranium connect right there. Uh, so there you could use a red flame there. And then, if you draw a line across the top of your shoulders right there where the spine intersects, as well as behind your heart chakra, solar plexus, and where your tailbone attaches to your sacrum. So I would clear those as well. Do you sage? And if so, is there any advice you have to clear negativity or dead people out of the house? Yes, there is. My husband was seeing a little girl in my daughter's room, and they do sage once a month. Um, okay, so Brooke, how many dead people? There's 5. Did I already say that? I don't maybe that was another person that had 5. I can't remember who's who in the zoo here. Anyway, you have 5 and, portals. You have 1 portal. So, as I mentioned before, create an avatar, put the dead people in the avatar. You'll need to clear the root chakra of the avatar. These are they're only at a -15. That's not super dark, but, um, yeah, they like the little girl might be a little more playful, but, these are not happy campers, particularly. So you'll be better off if you help them ascend by clearing this energy in the root chakra, and then they should be able to ascend after. So you have the 5. And then that portal, just that singular portal, if you pull all the residual energy up with, and out of that hole as you're closing the hole of the portal, that should work. Alright, let's see what else we got. What age did you begin to come into your ultimate power? It was probably, around in my 40s, I do believe. I was born and raised as a Jehovah's Witness, and all of this was completely off limits. So there was, no accessing any of this until I left that group, and I um, started going to a psychic institute where I discovered that I had these gifts. So and that's been probably, maybe, yeah, about 5 years. Yeah. So there's that. The last time you said I had some old fury to clear from my ovaries and uterus that was causing fibroids, PCOS, and no grounding cord. Great job, Wooly. You do have a grounding cord. So, you do have a grounding cord and your ovaries are grounded. Let's see what your level of fury is. Still at 50% at the root chakra. That's where the fury is. It is, it's some AI interference. So, I would work on that a little bit. So, I love that you guys are coming here and asking such, good questions because this is especially helping those of you that kind of know the system and you're starting to practice maybe with some things or not sure, and maybe you don't think you can, or maybe you really can't, um, afford to do my one-to-one programming, which I just did raise the prices, because I have such a full schedule, and so that's why I thought it would be good for me to just come here and help you guys out with little bits and pieces that you're kind of working on. We come here maybe a couple times a week, and I can just help you guys keep going. And for those of you who want to dive a little deeper than obviously what we're doing here, the first Thursday every month, I do my luminary activation, where it's an hour-long activation clearing. Next month is all about money, business, and, that first luminary activation, you can just do by yourself, but every other month, we do a 12-day practice where every day we're just diving a little deeper, 20 minutes. But this luminary activation is gonna be the first day of those 12 days. So you can just do that luminary activation and stop there, or you can join us for the 12 days. And we are really getting ready for spring. I don't know about you guys, can't you feel the spring energy starting to come? I mean, I live in Southern California, so it's beautiful, and it feels like spring is here already. And so I can just feel the excitement and the enthusiasm of this emerging energy coming out. And, so this is what we're gonna be working with, is this emerging energy that wants to birth something. Maybe you can feel something in you that, like, is starting to percolate, and you know quite what it is or how to direct it, or maybe you want something to come out, or maybe you actually have a project that you're working on, and you need help with this. So that would be, a great thing for those of you who wanna join us. And, I'm gonna put up a little banner here for a minute, and so this is, the monthly luminary activation. I think you would have to copy and paste that. Oh, no, you can't copy and paste that, can you? It's on the screen live. Maybe you could write it down and check it out. So that's one thing, and I'll put up the link to the 12 days in, just a minute. I'll leave that up there for the time being while I answer a few more questions. Um, we are gonna be diving into business and money. And currently interesting myself with the themes of reincarnation traps. You know about Isabel Green. I do not, but Isabel is grounded, and she's only got 3 rings, and her heart's only open 15%. So don't know about Isabel. Sorry. I've been doing it 2 minutes 2 times a week, but daily I've been better at least checking my gun. Great. Yes, the 12-day is awesome. What's the best crystal for strengthening a grounding cord? I don't I don't really know. Black tourmaline is great. I have this thing. It has it's a really high frequency. Has black tourmaline in it, and you can see there's there's that on the front, but there's also inside, there's this coil that's wrapped around a crystal inside. I have 2 of these. This is, really good for helping you get grounded, or I'm grounded anyway, but sometimes energies are a lot, so it's a little extra added something. So, I do know that the, smoky quartz is also really good for helping to clear darker energies, but I'm no expert on crystals. Sorry about that. Let's see, we have some new people. Here's Brian. Can you check if I have a grounding cord or any AI cords? Red jasper is good for grounding. Okay, good. Thanks, Grace. Um, Brian, you are grounded. Got good earth energy in your legs. No worry circle. Heart not grounded, and it's only 15% open. So that would be one thing that you clear. And you only have 2 rings above your head. AI cords. Yes, at the root chakra, you have those 5 that I was talking about earlier, and, there is a looping mechanism on this in your 6 chakras. You can see how it's different for everyone. There are 3 reinstalling looping mechanisms in that 6 chakra. So when you transmute that, you'll also need to clear the curses that are gonna be activated in your root chakra, probably about 50 of them. All right. Oh, where did I get this crystal? I can't even remember. I'm sorry, I don't remember where I got this, it was online. That's all I get fear about my brother's mental health. I try check on cords and send back the more to it. Yeah, so one is, uh, healers, we wanna heal everybody, right? But we shouldn't be healing, other people unless they have given us their permission to do that. Otherwise, we're really interfering with their path, and, you know, everybody's chosen a path to be on, and if we're, you know, "Oh, the grounding cord," or "They need this, and let's pull that out," so maybe they're not ready for it, so, um, if they ask you, then that's a different story. For the luminary activation, is it all recorded? Our schedule isn't consistent to hop on live with the group? Yes, they're all recorded, and now we have, that entire library has now been moved to a new platform. So those of you who had that and download, as we suggested, it's now moved, and, we will be having some information forthcoming about how you can access, uh, there's going to be different bundles. So there's going to be a financial bundle, which will be included in our next 12-day program. There will be one on relationships. There will be one on Energy 101, and then there was gonna be one more. Can't even remember now. Um, I forget. Anyway, those are gonna be the 4 categories that we were going to be putting all those luminary activations in. Can you check if I have a grounding cord or AI cords? Sue, all right. So you have no grounding cord, only in your body 2%. So if you've been feeling a little kind of spacey, that's why. It's you're not in your body, 2%, that's just enough to function. You can function like that, but you will have no idea what's going on here, and that this is when we start getting a lot of physical problems when you haven't been you've been operating like that for a long time. Your body's eventually protest, and it doesn't to operate with that level of in your case, it's not fear, you only have 2% fear, it's, fury, 100% fury. So if you're saying, "Well, I'm not mad, I'm not angry," it's 'cause you're not in your body to feel it. So but your body is feeling all this rage and fury in your field, and it will eventually protest with all of the itis kinds of things, maybe, dermatitis or, some kind of other itis, inflammation of something. So that's what happens with anger and fury when you hold it in your space and you're not letting go of it. AI cords, yes, you also have those, at the crown, 5 and just at the crown. Yep. Alright, let's see, Belinda, how many rings do I have? And my heart chakra percentage. Thanks for your time. Okay, good. Belinda has, um, infinite rings. Yay, good job, Belinda. And your heart chakra is, 100% open. Yay, nice job. Tanya, welcome. I'm looking forward to connecting with you when you make your appointment. Is my space positively or negatively affecting me? Is it time for me to move away? So when you say your space, you mean the space that you're living in? I think that's what you mean, where you live. Um, it has it you're not vibing with it, like, it vibes at 250, which is basically a no. There's something in you that needs to be cleared that could raise that, potentially, um, at your root chakra. So, 1, you don't have a grounding cord. Um, so, yeah, there's things that could be cleared in your field that might make the space more conducive, to you, but yeah, not right now because you don't have a grounding cord, so it's hard to say, if it's good for you or not. Really, you need to get in a better space, grounded, energy flowing, so that you can know if the space is conducive to you, or is it just reflecting where you're at? I think that's probably okay. Let's check over here on Instagram and see. Um, I had a dream that I was lost and something stood behind me and hugged me. Felt lots of love. Then I fainted. Can you, thank you, you can say, can I, well, when your dream space is not grounded. So when I'm talking about that, I'm talking about the avatar. So you can create an avatar for our dream space, and so then the avatar then represents the intentions we put above the rings of the avatar, which is like, I wanna have a really restful night's sleep. I wanna wake up refreshed. I wanna have some fun adventures. I wanna bring back some information I can use in my day-to-day life. You could put intentions like that in there, and then run the energy through that dream space. So, would be, probably the most important. Alright, so, actually your attention on that, and it just got grounded, and everything's flowing now, so, great job clearing it. Checking. Alright, so, good job, Ava. Oh, tell what happened to me. Um, yeah, maybe you were a little overwhelmed by, all of that love. Your heart's only 15% open, so it might have felt just a little overwhelming to feel all that love. You couldn't receive all of it because your heart wasn't all the way open. So that would be what I would say about that. Cosmic, I think I already said that. You are grounded. Riley is your grandson. He hasn't seen his brothers in 2 years. They live a mile away. We are hoping that we can reunite. Create an avatar for this and put your intentions in the rings and ground it and clear all the energy there so that you can have this intention more likely to be realized because all of the energies are cleared around that. I have a sciatica pain and it keeps coming back. Can you see why? Mhm. Looks like it's on the little so if you're facing away from me, it would be on your left side. Spine is off. There's also some chords, 1, 2, 5 chords. Those are AI chords, yeah, and it's interesting that it's on the left side. The left is that stepping into receiving, so, I would clear those chords out of there. Mhm. There's no loop on it. Mhm. How you can tell it's been off and on for a long time. Well, that's where I would start. I would take those chords out. And there's also some interference at the top of your spine, and so the top and bottom of your spine, they reflect each other, they kind of mirror each other. So that, top part of your spine also needs to be cleared. You guys are fast, so as soon as I say, "Oh, here or here," you guys already start to clear it. So you're already clearing that, energy in the spine, and, the rest of the spine look good, and then bam, you cleared that left hip. Okay, great job, Victoria. Hopefully that will help with that. Am I running self-sabotage for a great relationship to appear for me? Um, you do have 5 saboteurs. One of them is in the heart, uh, and in the solar plexus, and in your root chakra. Um, you might also want to create an avatar for your we space. I call it we, as in we, 2 people, and because it doesn't have a grounding cord, it only has 2 rings, AI is trying to control that space with 5 cords above the rings and, also at the heart, front and back, those 5 AI cords. There is a loop in the root chakra, about 3 of them. And then be prepared to clear the curses that will get released into the root chakra with a lot of fear. Uh, Great job. Am I ringless? I'm not sure what that means. I've been opening my heart and grounding. Can you let me know if I'm grounding? I think we did you already. You're grounded. Luna, do you have any curses? Yes. You have 5 in your root chakra, and they're designed to keep you in fear of failure. Sonali is not grounded, and your heart is only open 15%. So I would clear those 5 AI cords at your root chakra, and there is a loop in your sixth chakra, and then the curses that will get released will be at the root chakra, about 50 of those. Excellent. Okay, let's see what we got over here. Let's see. Can you check if I have grounding cord? Sue, I think I did. Actually, Sue, I checked you before, you're grounded now, and AI cord 0. So great job. Linda, I think we did that. Okay, Tanya, we did that. What are your thoughts on, I don't even know who that is, or Putin? Yeah, I'm gonna avoid that topic tonight. I never know where these things are gonna land me, so sorry. Um, how to react, not what I want to clear him. Oh, but not panic when he tells me about his issues. Mm, um, Grace. So one thing is it would be a good idea if you take your cord out of his root chakra. So you're doing that to just like, kind of keep an eye on him and see how he's doing. But when he has a bad day, you're going to feel it like it's your own. So take your cord out of the root chakra, and that will help you not to feel what he's feeling. Embodied celestial. Okay, Daniel, thanks for the info. So he's saying that this is from embodied celestial. Is that right? I have one too, but it's not with me right now. Okay. um, uh, Ona Kodjaskova. Pava, sorry, I butchered that, I'm sure. Do I have any problems with my energy that you can find now that I have the opportunity? Well, first of all, always energy 101, get grounded. You have no grounding cord. No grounding cord, no earth energy in your legs, and only 2 rings. I would start there. That would be a good place to start. Desi, should I be grounded? And can you please check for any cords? You aren't grounded, Desi, and you do have 5 AI cords at your root chakra. Does it have a loop? No, it doesn't have a loop. All right. Well, any advice for me deciding on my move to a new place? My yes and no questions are not consistent. Well, I would need to get some names or cities or places of where you're planning on going, because where should I move is a really broad scope. Uh, 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 Reiki. Hi, dear. I'm in India now. Great. And are you living there now? That would be, I have clients there. Aliens for beginners. Could you explain more about having food feeling? Yes. So when I was talking about the other woman who had that theory in her field. Um, so often people, when they have that much intense energy in their energy field, it feels really uncomfortable. So people tend to leave their bodies, so energetically, they're only attached by a small thread, a thin thread, so that they can still function, but you might notice it's kinda like operating looking like through a clamshell, and you just feel disconnected from your body. So when you are only, operating in your body that little, you can't tell what's going on. You can't feel the fear. That's why people exit like that, because that's how it's a way of managing or operating so that they people can function. Uh, but if you can't feel it, then you don't know it's there, and then it starts creating a lot of physical problems in your body. So that's what I mean by, that you're not gonna feel it. Yeah, because 'cause you're not in your body to feel it. Um, what are your thoughts on traditional therapy that are there any benefits? Well, that's also kind of a broad stroke. Traditional therapies, are you talking about, like, therapist who talks about problems? I'm sure there's a lot of those people that help people. I'm not saying don't do it, but I think it's really, kind of a waste of time, to be honest. I um, it's kind of you go round and round and round, you don't really go and get anywhere. Like, I've been to a therapist before many, many years ago when I first left my cult, and I told him my story, and then I'd left, and I just felt frustrated because I what did they do? Nothing. So what I do with clients is completely different. As a matter of fact, I just remembered I was going to post this other thing. So what I do with clients when I work with them is we are literally changing the frequencies. We're changing the energetic frequencies. Here's the 12-day program. We're changing the energetic frequencies because you're going to. We are. Um, we create our world based on all the frequencies that are here, right? So we're projectors, and we project out into the world what's going on here. That's how we manifest. So just talk about stuff that might change a few things. Or if anything, it just stirs stuff up. It doesn't eliminate those core frequencies that are creating all of this out here. So when I work with clients, we're actually changing the frequencies. And this is why I do a report before I start working with anyone on a one-to-one basis. We do one of two reports, either the vibrational altitude report, which measures more than 40 calibrations, and then there's the vibrational altitude, the human technology assessment, which measures 110 calibrations, which are mostly your physiology, your body systems and organs, and all of that. So in working together with a client on a first session, which is an hour and a half, we spend that hour clearing everything in that report more so that you're now operating up here. Operating up here is where all the changes that you desire live. And so that's why what I do becomes so effective at actually creating changes in your life where you are more joyful, you are less frustrated, where you do start manifesting money, where you start having better relationships because now you can communicate with some your your problems, physical problems, your body can start to heal itself because you're giving your body the energetic support that it needs so that all your systems are functioning as they need to. So that's how these things are very okay. Say, let's see what else we got here. Don't feel the fury because you're not in your body. If you can clear the fury and get grounded, and then you start to find you're right. Yeah, and so the best way to start clearing anything, you have to get grounded. It has to have a place to go. That's the plumbing pipe. That's the exit point. My body feels swollen all the time. Yep, gotta get grounded, Reiki. That would be number 1. What are your thoughts? Oh, I did that Putin thing. Okay. Why, been feeling so heavy, no motivation, and wanting to know where is the blockage coming from. So, yeah, no grounding cord, Deborah. For those of you who are kind of maybe showing up a little bit late, or didn't get the very beginning, we cleared the collective energy on the planet, and so you might go back and listen to this from the beginning and, get yourself a little bit of a clearing. We cleared those energies that are the whole collective is struggling with, not being grounded, those cords, closed heart, etcetera. So that would also be really helpful. We are at the top of the hour. Um, S. Vargas, do you have any curses in your root chakra? Curses. You have 5, but they're in your sixth chakra. They're affecting how you think, and you don't have a grounding cord. So, yes, that is that. All right. Well, let me see if there was something else I wanted to share for those of you who, wanted or were curious about potentially working with me, there is a chance to, get on a 60-minute call. This is for those of you who are ready. You're ready. You're ready to take a next step. You have the money to invest in this, and you maybe just have some questions like, how does it all work? I'm ready. Let's go." And so that's what the 60-minute breakthrough call is about. And, and then here's actually the best place to go to get all the details. I'll add these other links in there. My mentor wanted me to turn it all off, so there was just the 60-minute breakthrough call, but, anyway, I'll fix that so you guys can access those other links through that. All right, my dear friends, I will, maybe see you what is today, Wednesday? Maybe on Sunday. Maybe on Sunday, we'll get together again for another round of questions. See how you guys are doing. Did I clear all those dead people? Let me know. Yeah, so come back and, we will and share this with your friends and family. I'm trying to get back up to 1,000 followers on TikTok so that I can put a link in there at least. Um, so at any rate, we're also looking forward to Bali in May. Stay tuned. When you sign up for my, the 20-minute free meditation, which is also let me grab that for you really quick. That is also a way to get on our mailing list so you can find out about these things like the Bali trip and what we're doing next and etcetera, etcetera. So here is, um, there we go. There's that. So let's do that. That is, the free meditation. You don't have that yet, we have it on a new platform where it's easier to listen to on your phone now. So you can sign up there. It'll take you to the place where you need to subscribe and, select Apple Podcasts. So that's the place it will be played on. And then go to your Apple Podcasts and you'll find whatever you downloaded there. All right, my friends, thank you so much. We'll see you, on Sunday. All right, have a blessed evening. Take care, and thank you for all of your questions and for showing up. All right, bye.